it kind of doesn't matter which was which because there were only 2 possibilities and we got both of them. So, now we want to... Actually, I kind of want to do something, because we had that weird little bug where Natsuki was not present for, like, the entire first thing there. And, like, I have a feeling that it's probably because we jumped to the menu instead of skipping to it. Like, no. Like, skip to select route? No. We're just gonna skip like regular to the place. And we're gonna see if the characters are there, because I seem to recall they were all on screen for that option, and maybe the reason Natsuki didn't show up that spot was because, like, they were on the menu, but they weren't there. I don't know. It's been a minute since I played the last time. Okay, yeah, see, now here we're on choose route. Sayori is here, but... But, like, yeah, it's a little different. It's a little different with what's loaded in. Let me just see. Let's just see. Look for something to read in the closet. Nope, she just plain doesn't show up. I don't know what went wrong then. Oh well, time for Yuri. Let's talk to Yuri about her literary tastes. She seems to read a lot. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh, that's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. But I'm just rereading it for this, so...
That's the book you gave me, right?
I want to reread it, some of it, but not for any particular reason.
Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? I'm sure you could have just let me borrow yours.
Well, when I stopped at the library, or at the bookstore yesterday, that's what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them.
I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me about it. I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so? What's it about, anyway?
Well,
Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous, odd-looking eye symbol on the front.
Alright. I just wanted to make sure to explain everything in a way. Basically, it's about this girl in high school, and it went with her long-lost singer sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets started up by these people who escaped from a Spider-Man prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately change what to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships with her life, and her life starts to fall apart.
That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden.
Are you not a fan of this sort of thing, Allie?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive that on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life in a strange perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, their own philosophy they believe in. And suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, you might out to be the naive one for letting in their one-sided morals and fear their villain's plans. I'm really annoyed, not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess sorry then, but I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I get the next place I'm writing for my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all.
That's true.
In fact, well, I might as well start reading it, right?
You don't have to.
What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slept in the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just let me know, or tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Oh, alright.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not totally actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry, I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Here, this is what your work, right? I slide my desk up until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her arm to copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book in between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready?
Eh?
To turn the page?
Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glanced over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to get up with her.
That's okay. You're just reading quick. I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. You're no longer asking me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it on by my own volition. We continue the first chapter into the silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently listening go to the page, letting it float over the side, catching another one thumb. Hey, Yuri, this might be still a thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so? How does she?
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second-guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid that she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see it in your head or something, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your own mannerisms.
I see.
Yuri remained silent for a moment.
But honey, that's probably a terrible thing to have done with her. That's so embarrassing. Do you think that?
Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant that it's kind of cute.
What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time for way too long.
Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thoughts.
Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you?
I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way.
In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time.
Alright, I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and then slip it back into my bag. I share my poem with Monica, Sayori, and Natsuki. Monica tells me that it seems like something Yuri would write. I do think she's been rubbing off on me lately. Sayori said it was really good, especially for her first try. Natsuki said it was alright. That's about what I expect from her input. As for Yuri, it's clear to her that this is the first poem I've written. All of their poems were leagues above mine. As for Yuri's poem, well, it's Ghost Under the Light. The poem is very complex and full of imagery and metaphors. From that perspective, it's quite effective.
Ready to go, Eli?
Sure.
Hey, Eli, that bookstore Yuri was talking about is by that cafe we used to go to. I think it'd be nice if you bought something for her to return the favor. It'd be good to read it with after you...
Wait. It is be good to read it with after you finish your novel. What? just what? Sayori, what in the flying flipper god are you talking about? Yes.
Nothing, it just looks like you were enjoying your time with Yuri.
Sayori, I've only known her for 2 days. Then again, Yuri did get me something. I guess it would be right to return the favor. Fine, I'll check out some novels. But please don't get involved in things that aren't even a thing.
Yeah, okay.
So, this is the bookstore Sayori mentioned, huh? It doesn't look like a bad spot to just hang out. I start searching the shelves. One novel in particular catches my eye. Celsius 233. This looks like something she'd enjoy. I check the price tag at the bottom. It's only $1,200. Not a bad price. I'll walk over to the cashier to buy it. Yeah, I'd like to buy this book. Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, we can name. No, it's $1,200. I hand him the money and walk out. It feels nice to be doing something for someone else. Hopefully we can read it together. Hey, Yuri. I suddenly noticed that Yuri is reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I was kind of just waiting for you.
If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started?
Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first?
Not at all.
Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well.
Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside.
Can you hold this for a second?
Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle.
I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk and put on good some water.
She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms, especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears so elegant and methodical.
Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right out. Right back.
I might as well walk with you.
Yeah, why not? Shall we go then?
Yeah.
Where are you two off to?
Yuri was going to make some tea, so I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. It's kind of a one-person job, isn't it?
That's...
Monica, please mind your own business once. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Halloween farm activities?
My mouth gapes.
I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, Hallie.
Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Vanilla, man. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall.
I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that?
Yuri!
I just... So the way she said that, it made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me?
No, Yuri. I think there's nothing wrong with the way you did. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to interject like that. Maybe just try to keep it a bit less intense.
Ellie, don't cut me from when I do something bad. You're being nice to me.
Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it out to seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions and we can't always hide them away, but you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a little light rain shower into a hurricane.
No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that?
Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that?
You're a friend, you say?
Yuri lifts her head.
Ellie, I really like being friends with you.
Well, thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway.
Yeah. Shall we go?
Yeah. Yuri and I walked to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we returned to the classroom. You know, I was a little hopeful after, the CRE route, things were being a little more different, because I could tell in the CRE route that, they had edited and changed things up more, but I'm like, didn't we only see one of CRE's exclusives instead of both of them like we have gotten with all three of these? I don't know, man. I don't know.
Ellie, do you like the long tea?
Like the pig? Yeah. Anything is fine.
Very well.
Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees.
Now it's time to get the teapot.
You really do this properly, don't you?
Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others.
Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything.
In that case, you'll only be even more impressed.
Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now.
Well, that's all. I was on your show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try exerting myself a little bit more. And it turns out it's not very hard for me to do, when I see who's around anyway.
That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much.
You're always worrying about me, Hallie. It's very endearing.
Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. Watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us.
Hallie, I have another request. Do you mind if I sit on the floor today?
Why's that?
It's a little bit easier on my back. I can write with my back against the wall, rather than bending over on my desk.
Sorry, I didn't realize.
No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it.
Is that so? I wonder why that is.
It's most likely because my...
Your giant breasts, right? Always hunched over like that while reading.
Yes, I have terrible giant breasts, so that's why we should sit on the floor.
Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from CRE's candy radar. I take it, since it'll go well with tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall with teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as the last time, each holding on half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other.
I can't see so well.
Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being those half her hands up, it's almost more than I can handle.
Your teacup.
Your hand is made of teacup. I'm holding it with my hand, and that's not holding the book. I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumbled with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want.
Oh, that's okay. I won't take any.
Yeah, are you sure?
Well, if I touch it, then I might get as much as the pages.
You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad.
I need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay?
Are you sure?
Of course.
Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have to hold it any harder if I'm reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on the palm of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri's already totally focused on the book or on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and I hold it up to Yuri. And she doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips. This situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I effortlessly place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks.
Did I just...
Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened.
Hallie.
Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that.
Well, you were just helping. That's just something that friends do, right?
I mean, not really in this kind of context, but yeah, that's all it was.
Yeah, then you don't need to stop there or anything.
I see. The situation's gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that she can't focus now. My heart's pounding, and everyone's taking the chocolate between my fingers. This time, Yuri's nice and mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri's heart parts her lips, but it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers.
Look, everyone!
Yuri jolts back.
It's like sheer bones. Hallie, you can help Yuri put away this tea yourself, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, thanks.
The spell is abruptly broken.
I'll take care of the cups.
Yeah! Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up a bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. We all share our poems once again. Afterwards, Monica informs everyone about the upcoming festival, and about the preparations that need to be completed. Everyone reluctantly agrees except for Yuri, who readily agrees. We agree to start planning out roles tomorrow.
Hey, Eli, ready to go home?
Actually,
Oh, gotcha. Well, I'll talk to you later then.
With Yuri having left and Natsuki talking to Monica, I make my way over to Yuri. Hey, Yuri.
Oh, hey, what's up?
I had something to give you. I pull out the novel I bought from the bookstore.
I can't.
It's yours. It's just a small gift. Like I said earlier, I do consider you a friend. Also, I was wondering if you wanted to hang out today.
You want to spend time with me?
Yeah, I mean, you must hang out with Sayori or Natsuki sometimes, right?
Yes, sometimes. But with you?
Yuri whispers that last part under her breath. There's nothing wrong with that, right?
Of course not. Okay then. Now what did you have in mind?
I don't know. Maybe we could read together or make tea. I have some games too.
That sounds delightful. Okay then, just text me your address.
Yuri gives her phone to me.
I need your number first.
Right. I put in my phone number and give her my phone to put her number into. Okay, I'll see you then. This will be the first time I'm having a girl over, that's not counting Sayori. I check the mirror to see if I look presentable. I think I look okay. That must be her.
Hi, Allie.
Whoa, the sight of Yuri in anything other than her unform seems strange to me. See? They said unform on the Natsuki route too. This is why you don't copy-paste! But I don't dislike strange. Hi, Yuri. So, what did you want to do first?
I was actually intrigued by your earlier suggestion. You mentioned something about games.
Yeah, I think you'd really enjoy Metal Snake 3.
Oh, you meant video games?
Yeah.
No, I didn't mean... I would love to try.
Yuri is quickly engrossed in the semi-historically accurate story. She's not very good when it comes to gameplay, though. We decide to watch a movie next. Pride and Prejudice. Having already read the book, Yuri enjoys the theatrical adaptation. Finally, we decide to read more of the novel. Yuri makes some cinnamon tea for us to drink. True to her word, Yuri expresses herself more. She's noticeably less awkward when she is in the clubroom. Less awkward than she is in the clubroom. This only makes her posture more noticeable. With us being more comfortable, we end up reading until sunset. She looks really cute when she smiles, and her giggles make me want to hear more of them. I think it's really nice to see someone come out of their shell and act more friendly. That was pretty cool. I can't wait to finish and get started on the next one.
I agree. Can I show you something? Also, I was never reading a series.
Sure. Not like I have a lot to do at home. This is what you wanted to show me?
Yes. It's very calming, isn't it? Especially that sunset. The golden hour.
I guess it is something. It does feel calming. There's something peaceful about this place. It feels, it's feel like I could sit here for hours, and that wouldn't be a bad thing. Hey Yuri, thanks. I may not have known you for long, but I think I'm probably right when I say this place is special to you.
That's a very accurate inference. My dad used to take me on long walks here.
And you're showing me now? I guess that really does solidify our friendship.
I guess it does.
The last rays of sunlight fade from view. Hey Yuri.
Hmm?
You should smile more. Another day of sharing poems. Today Monica tells us everyone's assignments for the festival. Natsuki's going to be making cupcakes. Yuri's going to be making some banners, and she mentioned something about aromatherapy. Sayori and Monica are going to be designing and printing out some pamphlets. As for me, I don't have anything to do. So I told Monica I could help Yuri. I'll admit, Portrait of Markov made me curious about what Yuri is really like. Perhaps helping her set up the banner will give me more insight. I really enjoyed reading with you, Yuri. I'm glad we finally got to finish.
That's nice of you to say. I enjoyed reading with you too. I'll see you on Sunday then.
Oh, okay. Come on, Sayori.
So,
what?
any luck?
With what?
You know,
Sayori, I really have no idea what you're talking about. Maybe you could stop with the subtlety.
I'm talking about Yuri.
What about Yuri?
That you like her.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry. I'll admit she's cute and very kind, but I don't think I like her. Do I? I never really thought about it, really. Maybe I'll see how things go on Sunday. It is true that besides Sayori, I spend most of my time around Yuri.
I can see it.
Whatever you say, Sayori. I come back from the store having bought items that we need. Today is Sunday. Yuri's coming over today. I've been thinking about her more than I probably should. Sayori really got into my head. As I approach my house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Yuri?
Thank goodness.
You're a little early. I'm sorry I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting for her a long time?
No, I just got here, but I started to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell.
You always could have texted me. If I had known, I would have reassured you and hurried more on my way home.
Well, I suppose it's true. I didn't think of that for some reason.
It should be more common sense to do that, but I decided to ignore it. Anyway, let's go inside. I see you brought a lot of stuff with you.
That's right. And did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy? Well,
Yeah, pretty much. At least, I hope I got everything right.
I'm sure we'll be fine.